من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. And Allah is with those who are truthful and patient. Salawat.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبح اسم ربك الأعلى الذي خلق فسوى والذي قدر فهدى والذي أخرج المرعى فجعله غثاء أهوى سنقرئك فلا تنسى إلا ما شاء الله إنه يعلم الجهر وما يخفى ونيسرك لليسرى فذكر إن نفعت الذكرى سيذكر من يخشى ويتجنبها الأشقى الذي يصلى النار الكبرى ثم لا يموت فيها ولا يحيا قد أفلح من تزكى وذكر اسم ربه فصلى بل تكفرون الحياة الدنيا والآخرة خير وأبقى إن هذا لفي الصحف الأولى صحف إبراهيم وموسى الله العلي العظيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولا تحسبن الذين قتلوا في سبيل الله أمواتا بل أحياء عند ربهم يرزقون. I'll be reciting the reflection. I forgot which surah it is. And never think of those who have been killed in the cause of Allah as dead. Rather, they are alive with their Lord receiving provision. Salawat.
كل وليك الحجة من الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرزك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. صلوات.
जब हिदा सर से चीनी मैं सदा देती रही आशिकी साजिदे ये मगर हो ना सका तेरे बाजू है जुदा मुझ पे है तशना लबी तू ना आया गाजी जब रिदा सर से छिनी मैं सदा देती रही आगा आ गई शाम अलम लुट गए हैं ले हरम रेत पर चलती हुई हो गया ठंडा अलम पुरसा देने के लिए मुझसे मिलने के लिए आ गए बाबा अली तू ना आया गाजी जब रिदा सर से चिनी मैं सदा देती रही तू ना आया गाजी सलात
सकाए हरम रख ले न भरम हम दर पे तुम्हारे आए हैं सकाए हरम रख ले न भरम हम दर पे तुम्हारे आए हैं तुम भी नहीं हमको टुकराना तुम भी नहीं हमको टुकराना हम दुनिया के टुकराए हैं अब्बास अब्बास या बल फजलिल अब्बास सकाए हरम रख ले न भरम हम दर पे तुम्हारे आए हैं अब सारे सहारे टूट चुके हम अपने पराए लूट चुके अब सारे सहारे टूट चुके हम अपने पराए लूट चुके तुम अपनी पनाहों में ले लो तुम अपनी पनाहों में ले लो हम गम से बहुत घबराए हैं अब्बास अब्बास या बल फजलिल अब्बास सकाए हरम रख ले न भरम हम दर पे तुम्हारे आए हैं सकाए हरम रख ले न भरम हम दर पे तुम्हारे आए हैं अशकों की ज़बां पहचानते हो जो दिल में है वो जानते हो, अश्कों की ज़बां पहचानते हो। जो दिल में है वो जानते हो, हम कह नहीं सकते तुम सुन लो, हम कह नहीं सकते तुम सुन लो। बस हाथों को फैलाए हैं अब्बास अब्बास, या अबल फज़ल अब्बास। सकाए हरम रख ले न भरम, हम दर पे तुम्हारे आए हैं। सलवात। तदफीन हो रही है इमाम हुसैन की, कूफे से आए पहने जो सज्जाद बहरिया, लाशे हुसैन देख के आंसू हुए रवा। हाथों को जोड़ कर किया बीमार ने बया, बाबा तुम्हारी लाश को ढूंढू कहाँ कहाँ। कैसे कफन दूं लाश को गुर्बत नसीब हूँ, बाबा मैं आज तुमसे ज़्यादा गरीब हूँ। रोकर बनी असद के कबीले को दी सदा, लाशे हुसैन मिल के इकट्ठा करो ज़रा। उतरे लहद में शाह की बीमार करबला, बोले परूं मैं किस तरह तलकीन या खुदा। रुक कैसे सूए काबा हो ज़हरा की चैन का, अरे सर ही नहीं यहाँ मेरे बाबा हुसैन का। जितने भी टुकड़े मिल सके सब चुन लिए गए, आहिस्ता से लहद में वो बीमार ने रखे। सीने पे हाथ रखा जो बेटे ने बाप के, हालत पे बाबा जान की सज्जाद रो पड़े। बोले के याद आती है इस वक्त दादी जान, तोरी है इस तरह मेरे बाबा की पसलिया। लूटी है से लाश गरीबो दयार की, गोरों से पहले लाश की पामाल की गई। फिर कुर्ता और अमामा अबा ले गया कोई, यही नहीं कि सिर्फ अंगूठी नहीं मिली। अरे बेहतरामी की है यूं ज़हरा की चैन की, उंगली लाई ने काटी है बाबा हुसैन की, उंगली लाई ने काटी है बाबा हुसैन की। पर मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद सलवात।
Okay, boys, are we ready to start? A lot of chit-chatting happening. Guys, quiet please, quiet. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين ثم الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين خاتم النبيين رحمة للعالمين جد الحسن does the Imam come for my help or no? Number two. Number three is that when I ask something from the Imam, sometimes he does not give me. I have asked a lot of things from the Imam. Imam, I want A, I want B, I want C, I want D. But sometimes I don't get anything. I'm just left. Does that mean that the Imam hates me? Now listen to this story. Very interesting one. There was this Ayatullah by the name of Ayatullah Namazi. And this is a true story and took place in the 19s. Very recent. Where in the 2000s, it took place in the 19s. There was this Ayatullah by the name of Ayatullah Namazi. Ayatullah Namazi was a scholar, a prominent scholar, very educated, and people would follow him. Now, during the olden times, what used to happen was that when people would travel, okay, there were no aircrafts or there were no airlines, so as you can move or that you can travel. So what they would use camels, they would use horses to move and to travel from one place to the other. Now this Ayatullah Namazi, he was staying in Iran. He was a scholar and he was in Iran. Come the time of Hajj, a group was formulated, a group was made of people who are traveling to Hajj. Amongst these people, one of them was Ayatullah Namazi. So they left Iran and they came to Makkah and Medina. They did their Hajj, they visited the Holy Prophet, they went around, saw the different sites, and Hajj was over. Hajj was over. So now while they were returning back, what these people did was, they hired a car. When they were coming from Iran heading to Makkah and Medina, they used horses and camels. But when they were returning from Makkah and Medina heading back to Iran, they took a car. Inside this car, there were two drivers. One was the senior driver and one was the junior driver. You might have noticed when you travel, going to Arusha or going to other cities, you will see that the one driving is not alone. He has a person who's seated next to him, that in case if this driver who's driving, he gets tired, the other one can replace him. So this happens. This group, alongside Ayatullah Namazi, they all entered inside this bus, and there were two drivers, and they started moving. So it was not only one car, but there were several cars that were going together. Now they reached a point or a junction which was very closer to the border of Iran. But this area or this junction was not a safe area. It was not a safe area, and a lot of mishaps have transpired or have taken place in this area. So whoever would pass this area, they would be very cautious, they would be very, very careful. So now, in this area, it was a desert. Not any ordinary desert, but a very, very severe desert. And many a times, there were a lot of sandstorms that were taking place. Today, you are going with your bus, the road is clear. Everything is visible. The next day, you are moving, but you can't see anything. That's how dangerous this area was. So they had to be extremely careful, and only experienced drivers would drive that pathway. So they began their journey, slowly, entered the desert, and now they are going. They are going, they are going, they're going. A time comes, now remember, it was not only one car. There were several cars, especially when they would pass this area, all these cars would move together instead of moving separately. So all of them were moving together, together, together in one straight line. Now this senior driver, he gets tired. He gets tired and he goes to sleep. So the junior driver replaces the senior driver. When he replaces the senior driver, now he's like, I'm the one. I'm the smartest. There's nobody like me. So what he started doing was that he started speeding the car. Remember, this is a very dangerous desert. There are a lot of sandstorms that are transpiring and they are passing by and happening in this area. So what this person did was, he began speeding the car. Not only he began speeding the car, but he began overtaking those cars that were ahead of him. So Ayatollah Namazi turns back to this driver and tells this driver, you slow down. This is a very dangerous area. You need to be extremely careful. Otherwise, we're all going to be in problems. But he was not ready to listen. And he continued speeding, continued overtaking. What happened was they got lost. They were going together in one line with that intention that we're all moving sate, together, together. So nobody gets lost until we reach the border of Iran. Now this man, this driver, he was stubborn. He overtakes speed and they are lost. So when they are lost now, this junior driver, he turns back to Ayatollah Namazi because Ayatollah Namazi turns back to him and tells him, now you see what you have done to us? We are lost. We don't know where to go. So he tells him, Ayatollah, do not worry. I will make sure all of you reach safely back to Iran. So he was going, but back in his mind, he knew that he is confused and he does not know the road. Now everything was visible to him. Nothing was happening in the desert. So they are going, they're not reaching their destination, they're just going on. The day passes, the night comes in. They stop. They pray. They sleep that night. They're only inside the car. In the morning, when they wake up, they noticed that in that same area where they were, there was a huge sandstorm that was happening. Sand was moving in every direction. Now, when you have sand moving in every direction, you can't see in front. But this driver, again, proud of himself, he turns back to Ayatollah. Ayatollah again turns back to him and tells him, now you see we're stuck. He turns back to this Ayatollah Namazi and tells him, do not worry, I'll make sure you guys reach safely. So sandstorm is going on. The sand is moving everywhere. This guy, he can't see anything, but he's still moving. He's moving. They are not reaching their destination. What happens? The fuel ends in the car. Now they are stuck. The fuel ends in the car. There is little water. There is little food. They stop that night there again. They eat the little food they have, the little water they have, and they start to discuss now. They all sat down. The driver acknowledged that we are lost. I don't know how do I remove you guys out from this area. So they sat down and they did another. They made a vow, they made a promise to Allah that, oh Allah, if we come out from this area safely, all the money that we have now, we are all going to spend it in your way. They made this nazar. They waited that night. In the morning, they're still stuck. The sandstorm is going on. No way out. They can't move in front. They can't go behind. The engines have failed. There is no fuel in the car. They are stuck. So Ayatullah Namazi, he turns back to his group and he tells his group that now we are stuck here. We don't have water. We don't have food. Our end is close. We are all going to die. So now, all of you, let's come outside. Let's start digging our own graves. So they went out. They began digging their own graves. And they all entered inside their graves. That if they die inside the grave, and because there is sandstorm going on, the sand is moving, at least their grave is going to be covered. So all of them dug their grave, got inside there, waiting, praying, oh Allah help, oh Allah help, oh Allah help, oh Allah help. But Ayatullah Namazi, he says, I went a bit far away from these people, from my group. And I called out to the 12th Imam, Ya Sahib al-Zaman, come for my help. There is no one now that can help me apart from you. You are my Imam, help me. If you don't help me, I am going to die. Moments later, now remember those 3 questions that we gave out in the start. Few hours later, or moments had passed, Sheikh Namazi says that from far away I saw a person coming towards me. I saw him coming towards me, and because he was an Irani, he would speak Farsi. So this man comes to him and he greets him, but it was a bit special for Ayatollah Namazi, or it was a bit unique for him, that this person, when he said Assalamu alaikum, like how you guys when you come, you say Malim Mazahir Assalamu alaikum. Correct. And if I know your name, I respond Alaikum Salam Malim Kayam. So this man, he comes, he greets Ayatollah Namazi. Assalamu alaikum Ayatollah Namazi. Now because Ayatollah was stuck in those thoughts that I'm going to die, he didn't realize this. So this person comes, he meets up with this guy, Ayatollah, greets him, asks him what has happened. Ayatollah Namazi narrates the whole story. And after narrating the story, this person turns back to Ayatollah Namazi and tells Ayatollah Namazi that the sandstorm had stopped by then. You see those 2 mountains there? He says, yes, I see. Just pass through them and take your right. When you take your right, just few miles ahead, you will see the border of Iran. But Imam makes a comment that make sure the senior driver drives this car now, not the junior one. He says, okay. He has not realized what is happening. Just a random person coming to you and telling you, go this way and then go this way and then go this way, you're going to reach. But he doesn't realize. They're all looking for help. They want to reach home. So Ayatollah Namazi, he goes to his group, he tells his group that you see this person there, right there. He has told us the direction, go straight, then take your right. So now the group, they were happy, but they said, Ayatollah, you go to him and tell him to join us until we reach our destination. So Ayatollah Namazi had a Quran in his pocket. He removes the Quran and he goes to this person. He tells this person, oh person, I'm giving you the wasila, or for the sake of this Quran, join me. Ayatollah Namazi narrates that when I told this person, with the wasila, or for the sake of this Quran, join us, this man had tears in his eyes. This man turns back to Ayatollah and tells Ayatollah that even if you would tell me without the wasila of the Quran, I would join you. It is my duty to help you. He doesn't realize these words and who this man is. The man joins Ayatollah. They enter the car. The man sits inside the car. When he sits inside the car, now notice, number one, they don't have food, they don't have water. This man, he turns back to the group and tells the group that before we continue our journey, go in the boot. Okay, open the boot of the car. There is some food, there is some water, have it. They don't realize, they have forgotten that food is over, water is over. They go, they all start eating. They offer this man, but this man says, no thank you, with a smile on his face. They all had their meal, they all entered the car. The senior driver sits on the seat of the driver. The car's engine is gone, remember. There is no fuel in the car. This man tells the senior driver, switch on the car. He switches on the car switches on. No fuel, no engine is down. Still the car starts. They follow the direction. They follow, they go. They cross the two mountains. They take their left, miles a bit ahead. They see the border of Iran. They all step down. They're rejoicing. They are happy. They're all happy. They have reached Iran. Now they come to this man. They ask him, or they tell him, that you have done so much for us. You made sure that we reached safely back home. We would like you to be our guest at our places in Iran. This person, he turns back to Ayatollah and tells Ayatollah, oh Ayatollah, I have done my job. I have a lot of other duties to handle. I have a lot of other people to take care of. If I delay more, problems are going to happen. Allow me to go. Ayatollah Namazi says, I just turned my face ahead and I look behind, that man has disappeared. He realizes this was none other than the Imam of the time. The Imam is here. The Imam could be seated next to you. It's just that me and you do not realize that he's there. You know, Ayatollah Bahjat, rahmatullah alayh, and Maulana also mentioned last night in his Majlis, everyone sees the Imam. Everyone sees the Imam. On the day of Ashura, Shimr bin Ziljoshan, the one who committed a horrific act that cannot be described. Ayatollah Bahjat says that if a person like Shimr can see the Imam of your time, why can't you see it? But there is a difference. Shimr saw the Imam without understanding who this man is. Us, we see the Imam every single day. You know, when the Imam comes back, when you're going to see him, majority are going to say, I've seen this person. I've seen him somewhere. I know this man. We all see the Imam. It's just that we don't realize he's next to us. By the time you realize that the Imam is here, he's gone. And the Imam cries. Inshallah, tomorrow I'll present another story where you see that the Imam is going to cry in front of this person. I will leave it for tomorrow and I'll let the suspense be on. On the day of Ashura, not only the elders recognized the Imam, but also the young ones, the juniors, recognized the Imam of their time. To that extent that on the night of Ashura, when Imam al-Hussein turns back to Hazrat Qasim and asks Hazrat Qasim, "O my son Qasim, كيف الموت عندك?" O my son Qasim, what is death to you? Hazrat Qasim turns back to Imam al-Hussein and tells Imam al-Hussein, "O my Mawla, ahla min al-asal." That death to me, if it's dying in your path, dying in your way, and for the protection of the religion of Islam, and for you, the Imam of my time, then death is nothing. To me, death is sweeter than honey. On the day of Ashura, the Maqtal reports that Hazrat Qasim, the age of 13, some say the age of 15, continuously would come to the Imam, "Mawla, allow me to go to the battlefield." Mawla, allow me to go to the battlefield. But Imam would say, oh Qasim, you're very young, return back. Qasim, you're very young, return back. You are the sign of my brother Hassan. He was the son of Imam al-Hassan. How can I allow you? But finally the Imam allows him. Because he goes to his mom, Bibi Farwa. Bibi Farwa comes to Imam al-Hussein, insists Imam al-Hussein that, oh Aba Abdullah, allow Qasim to go towards the battlefield. Imam allows Qasim, he prepares Hazrat Qasim, makes him sit on the horse, and Qasim at the age of 13 years, heading towards the battlefield. A 13-year-old boy facing a crowd of hundreds and thousands. He comes to the battlefield, he introduces himself, who he is and what is his ancestry. Where does he come from? He reminds them about his bravery, that I am the one who has been taught bravery or to fight in the battlefield by Abbas. So don't mess around with me. Don't play around with me. He comes to the battlefield. The battle is one-on-one. Anyone who would come against Hazrat Qasim, he would strike. Anyone who, 13-year-old boy, anyone who would come, he would strike. Anyone who would come, he would strike. When Umar bin Sa'ad sees this, he says, you want to kill this Qasim? Not one-on-one. Surround him and attack him. Now they all come. They all come together and they begin attacking this 13-year-old boy. Attack him from every direction. Some Maqtal mentioned, or some Maulanas have mentioned, that they don't only attack him with swords, but whatever those guys had, the enemies, they would attack. If somebody had stones, they would throw stones. If somebody had swords, would attack swords. Hazrat Qasim, at the age of 13 years, unable to stable himself on the horse, falls from the horse to the ground of Karbala, calls out, Ya Aba Abdullah, come for my help. When Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam hears the cries of Hazrat Qasim, not only he rushes towards the battlefield, but Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam rushes with Imam al-Hussein towards the battlefield. Now when the enemy sees that these two lions are approaching us, there was a chaos on the ground of Karbala. Horses running from one direction to the other. The right side horses ran towards the left hand side. The left hand side horses ran towards the right hand side. Why? They are scared. Two brave lions of Ali are heading towards us. This happening, horses running from one direction to the other. In between was the body of Hazrat Qasim, being trampled over the hooves of the horses. You know, Hazrat Qasim is the only shuhada of Karbala, that while he was alive, he was being trampled over the hooves of the horses. Allah la'anatullah ala al-qawmi al-dhalimin. Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Boys will remain seated while Matam is recited.
हर तमाचे पे सकीना ने, हर तमाचे पे सकीना ने पुकारा बाबा, जब मुझे आप कातिल ने मारा बाबा, जब मुझे आपके कातिल ने मारा बाबा.
फातिमा ज़हरा तुझे रोए, अब्बास तेरा हक है ज़माना तुझे रोए, अब्बास तेरा हक है ज़माना तुझे रोए. दुर्रा लिए पहले पे सितम जार करा है, किस दुर्राली पहले पे सितम जार करा है, किस रहरा पे सकीना तुझे रोए, कैसे तेरे लाश पे सकीना तुझे रोए, अब्बास तेरा हक है ज़माना तुझे रोए, अब्बास तेरा हक है ज़माना तुझे रोए। देते रही तू ना याज़ी,
आ गए शाम अलम, लुट गए ले हरम, लेट पर जल्दी हुई, हो गया ठंडा आलम, पुरसा देने के लिए, तुझसे मिलने के लिए, आ गए बाबाली, तू ना या गाजी, जब निदा
सर से चीनी में सदा दे
रही, तू
ना याज़ी।
सलावात सलावात। कलम है शाह वफा का, ये सिलसिला है सब्रो रिज़ा का, जब तक ये दम हो मौला का गम हो, गम ये ना कम हो, हर आँख नम हो, मशको अलम हो, पास माँ चलता रहे ये कारवां, हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैना, हुसैन या हुसैन, हुसैन या हुसैना, सीनों में गम हो, सर पे अलम हो, बता कदम हो, मातम ना कम हो, चलता रहे ये कारवां, चलता रहे ये।
All right, boys.